Hi yogis, I'm Cassidy, and today I'll be guiding you through a Vinyasa flow yoga class. I chose to call this an everyday Vinyasa flow because we'll be flowing through some fundamental postures and keeping things simple. Whether you're new to yoga or want to get back to the basics, this class will be straightforward and you can come back to it whenever you feel like you just need some yoga. Throughout today's class, remember that this is your practice, and feel free to take a break or modify to do what feels best in your body. You won't need any props for today's practice, but if you have some that you'd like to use, feel free to do that. Remember to leave a like if you enjoy today's practice, and subscribe for free yoga classes every week. Let's get started. We're going to begin our practice today in a comfortable seated position. So I'll be cross-legged, but you can find anything that feels comfortable to you today. And if you want to sit on a folded up blanket, a pillow, or a block, feel free to do that just to elevate the seat a little bit. Once you find that comfortable seated position, just close the eyes and start to settle in. Just coming into this space on your yoga mat. And we really want to be mindful, be fully here in the present moment throughout our yoga practice. So when you feel distractions creeping in, and they probably will, whether that's your to-do list or what you're making for dinner tonight, we always are thinking about a million things, and it can be hard to still and quiet the mind. So whenever you feel the mind start to wander, just gently bring it back to focus in this space and on your practice. One of the ways we can do that is through setting an intention. So we'll take a moment now to set our intention for our yoga practice today. So an intention is how we want to feel from today's practice, what we're striving for. For instance, you could say, my intention is to feel confident. Just find the reason that you showed up on your yoga mat today and turn that into an intention that you can carry with you throughout your practice and something that you can return to when you find the mind wandering. Good. And check in with your posture. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall, relaxing the shoulders away from the ears. And once you've set up that posture, just check in with how your body is feeling today. So we already had a little check-in with the mind. We released some distractions, but notice if you're holding any tension or discomfort that you can notice in your body. And maybe right now you can even begin to just consciously release some of that tension. Or just acknowledge what areas need a little bit of extra love throughout our practice today. And then start to turn the attention to your breath. And we'll set up the breath together to find our deep yogic breath. So what that means is just deep inhales through the nose that fill up the belly, and long exhales through the nose, letting go. So making the exhales just as long as the inhales and finding a circular rhythm for the breath. And just set this up on your own now. So inhaling through the nose to fill up, and exhale back through the nose, let go. With every inhale, maybe you sit up a little bit taller through the crown of the head. And with every exhale, maybe you relax some part of the body. So maybe that's the shoulders or the jaw. And just stick with this breath throughout our practice today. So now we have a few tools that we can come back to when those distractions pop up to stay mindful and present. We can come back to our intention. We can check in with the body, and we can check in with the breath. Good. Spend just a couple more breaths in stillness here. And then begin to blink the eyes open or leave them closed. From here, we're just going to bring the chin down to meet the chest, and then the right ear to the right shoulder, chin to chest, left ear to the left shoulder, chin to chest, and then let's take one slow neck roll towards the right, really taking your time here. If there's anywhere that you're holding tension or discomfort along the way, just pause and take a deep breath. We'll meet back at center and take one roll towards the other direction, heading toward the left shoulder and moving all the way around that circle. Good, really taking this slow, taking time to notice where those points of tension in the body are, and returning to stillness. From here, begin to roll the shoulders forward, nice big exaggerated rolls, making full circles. And return to center. We'll roll the shoulders back, nice and big. Good, and release. Take an inhale, lift the shoulders up to the ears, tense up. Exhale, roll the shoulders down the back and release. So that's the feeling that we want to try to mimic in different poses. So generally we want the shoulders to be nice and relaxed. And that's kind of a hard thing to do. We're generally tensing up a little bit. So anytime you hear me say relax the shoulders in poses today, just come back to this right here. Think about tensing them up and then just releasing and really releasing that stress from the shoulders. Good. From here, we're going to plant the right hand on the mat and take an inhale and reach the left arm up and over. We're stretching out the side body. Good. Maybe we're gazing up to that top hand, just really feeling that expansion through the side body, through the ribs. Good. Take one more inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach both arms up. And then the left hand will come to the mat, reach the right arm up and over. Good, feeling that expansion, allowing the breath to fill up that space. Take an inhale and exhale. Inhale, reach both arms up. Good, and exhale, release the hands by the sides. Inhale to reach both arms up once again. Exhale, left hand comes to the outside of the right knee and the right hand comes behind you for a seated twist. Lift through the crown of the head, sitting up tall. Take an inhale. Exhale, twist a little deeper. Good, inhale, return to center and reach the arms up. Exhale, right hand to the left knee and the left hand comes behind you as you lift through the crown of the head for a seated twist, just wringing out the spine. Take a deep breath, maybe twisting a little bit deeper on your exhale. Good, inhale, reach the arms up and come back to center. Good, and exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Take an inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Once more, just like that, linking the breath to the movement. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, bring the hands to heart center. Good, take a deep breath on your own. Just seal in that intention. And we'll make our way into tabletop. So onto all fours. Shoulders are right above the wrists and the hips are right above the knees. We have a flat line through the back. Take an inhale, drop the belly and look up. Exhale to round the spine and look to the belly button. Inhale, drop the belly. This is our cow pose. Exhale, round the spine for cat. Good, and close the eyes. Find some cat-cows on your own breath. So really using this time to link the breath and the movement together, allowing the inhales and the exhales to guide you through these movements and feeling free to take some intuitive movements as well. So you can take some hip circles, I like to look from side to side, just anything else that the body is craving and asking you for right now. This is a great way to check in with the body and honor it by giving it what it needs. Take one more round of breath and then we'll just return to stillness in our tabletop. Good, take an inhale, reach the right arm up, open up. Good, maybe some wrist circles at the top. And then on your exhale, take the right hand and thread it under the left armpit. The right shoulder and the right temple should be resting on the mat. Good, maybe you walk that left hand forward, coming into our thread the needle stretch. Stretching out that right shoulder, take an inhale. Exhale, plant the left hand if you reached it forward. And on your inhale, spin back open with the right for a big stretch, open up. Good, exhale back to tabletop. Let's find that stretch on the other side. So take an inhale, spin open with the left, take some wrist circles at the top. Exhale, take the left hand and thread it under the right arm. Right shoulder left shoulder and left temple rest on the mat. Maybe walking that right hand forward. Good, thread the needle, take an inhale. Exhale, settle in. Good, return that right hand to the mat if you walked it forward. And inhale, spin open with the left, big stretch as you open up. And exhale, come back to tabletop. From here, tuck the toes, press the hips up and back, coming into our first downward facing dog of today's practice. And maybe you begin to pedal out the feet, bending into one knee at a time. And let's just check in with some alignment points here. So the heels are pressing towards the mat. We're taking some stress off of the wrists by pressing into the fingertips. Good. Ears are right in between the biceps and the triceps are spinning forward. Beautiful. It's our downward facing dog. Find stillness. Take an inhale, bend the knees and gaze forward. Exhale, step the feet to meet the hands. Coming into our forward fold, allow the head and the neck to hang heavy. Inhale, find a halfway lift, lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. Good. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Relax the shoulders, extended mountain pose. Exhale, hands come to heart center. Good. This is our Tadasana, or mountain pose. Take an inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, keep a flat back as you swan dive down into your forward fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift, hands to the shins as you lengthen the spine. Exhale, forward fold. From here, plant the hands, step the feet back to a high plank. Always an option to drop the knees here. Good, and we'll set up our Vinyasa flow. So we're flowing through some sun salutations, but the Vinyasa flow, besides the style of yoga, is the sequence of moves that we use to link different poses and sequences together. So let's set that up now together. So we're in our plank pose. Knees can be up or down. Inhale to shift forward just an inch or so. Exhale, and you can lower all the way down to your belly, or if chaturanga is in your practice, you can lower halfway. Inhale to shine the heart forward and find cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, tuck the toes, press the hips up and back to downward facing dog. And let's flow through our sun salutation A one more time together, picking up the pace a little bit to find one breath per movement. So take an inhale, bend the knees and gaze forward. Exhale, step the feet to meet the hands for forward fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, hands come to heart center, mountain pose. Good. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands, step back to plank, and we'll flow through that vinyasa. So inhale, shifting forward. Exhale, lowering half or all the way down. Inhale, shine the heart forward. Exhale, tuck the toes, press the hips up and back, coming into your downward facing dog. Take a big inhale through the nose and fill up. Good. Exhale, open the mouth and sigh it out. From here, we're going to move into one sun salutation B. So same thing here, same way to start. We'll inhale to bend the knees and gaze forward. Exhale, step the feet to meet the hands, forward fold. Inhale, find a halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up. Good. Exhale, this time we're going to sink into chair pose. Arms are pulling up towards the sky. The weight is in the heels and the hips are sinking down and back. So you should be able to pick the toes up and wiggle them around here. Take an inhale. Exhale to find a forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands, step back to plank, and flow through your vinyasa on your own breath, on your own pace. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. Good. Inhale, reach the right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the foot in between the hands at the top of the mat. From here, we're going to spin that back heel down 45 degrees. And as you inhale, reach the arms all the way up, coming into our warrior one. So hips are squared off towards the front of the room. Good. Shoulders are relaxed, crown of the head and fingertips are pulling up towards the sky. Inhale. Exhale, plant the hands to the mat, step back to your high plank, and flow through your vinyasa. We'll meet back in downward facing dog. And we'll just find that warrior one on the other side. So just return to your downward facing dog and find stillness. Take an inhale, extend the left leg, finding three-legged dog, hips stay square. Exhale, step the left foot in between the hands at the top of the mat and spin the back heel down 45 degrees. Inhale to sweep the arms all the way up, relaxing the shoulders, lifting through the fingertips. Hips are square to the front of the room. Take an inhale. Exhale, plant the hands. Bring the front foot to meet the back foot for high plank. An option to flow through your vinyasa or move straight to downward facing dog. Remember that these are up to you and this is your practice, so just take it at your own pace and do what feels best in your body. Good. And just returning to downward facing dog. Take an inhale, reach the right leg up. This time we're going to bend the knee, stack the hip, and open up. Good. So you can take some ankle or knee circles here, just allowing yourself to open up the hips. And take an inhale, straighten out that top leg. Exhale, step it in between the hands at the top of the mat, coming into low lunge. Chest is lifted and shoulders are relaxed. Good. From here, drop the back knee, take an inhale, and reach the arms all the way up. Good. This is our crescent moon, starting to open up the hips. Take an inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, shift the hips back, and flex the front foot to move into half splits. Opening up through that front leg, maybe you begin to walk the hands towards the front foot just a little bit more. And as you inhale, just shift your weight forward, reach the arms up, coming back into that crescent moon. Take an inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, pop the back knee up for low lunge. Good. From here, just step back to plank, and then we'll just travel straight back to downward facing dog. If you're really feeling like you want a challenge, you're welcome to flow through a vinyasa as well. So meeting back in our still downward facing dog, take an inhale and reach the left leg up, three-legged dog. This time, bend the knee, stack the hips, and open up. Maybe you take some ankle or knee circles. Good. Straighten out that top leg. Take an inhale. Exhale, step the foot in between the hands at the top of the mat. Low lunge, chest stays lifted. Take an inhale. Exhale, release the back knee to the mat. And inhale to sweep the arms all the way up for crescent moon. And I do want to mention here that if you want to fold up your yoga mat or put a blanket or pillow underneath that back knee for some extra support, you're welcome to do that. So just relax the shoulders, lift through the crown of the head and through the fingertips. As you open up the hips, take an inhale. Exhale, plant the hands, shift the hips back, and flex the front foot for half splits. Maybe walking the hands a little closer to that front foot with every exhale, just settling in. Good. Inhale, shift the weight forward and reach your arms up for crescent moon. Shoulders are relaxed. Take an inhale. Exhale, plant the hands to the mat, pop the back knee up for low lunge. Good. Front foot meets the back foot for high plank and flow through your vinyasa. Remembering you can drop the knees. You can add in certain things or take out other things. Just make this your own. And we'll meet back in downward facing dog. From here, just release the knees to the mat, coming to tabletop. And then bring the big toes together, spread the knees wide, and bring the arms long in front of you, allowing the forehead to rest on the mat. Settling into child's pose. And just giving yourself a moment to find stillness here, allowing the heart rate to slow down, the breath to return to that rhythm that you set up at the beginning of our practice. And coming back to your intention, reminding yourself why it is that you're here on your yoga mat today. Take a big inhale. Open the mouth as you exhale and sigh it out. Slowly return into your tabletop and then tuck the toes, coming back to downward facing dog. Maybe you pedal out the feet or find some other movement here. Good. Take an inhale, reach the right leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step that foot in between the hands, coming into low lunge. Good. This time, leave the back knee lifted as you take an inhale to sweep the arms all the way up, coming into crescent lunge. Shoulders are relaxed. We have a 90-degree bend through that front knee. You should be able to see the first two toes. Take an inhale. Exhale, we're going to open up the hips. Good. So front heel is in line with the back arch. Shoulders are relaxed, looking over that front middle finger, and this is our warrior two. Take an inhale, reach forward and flip the front palm. Exhale, bring the left hand to the left thigh as you reach up and back, coming into your reverse warrior, lengthening through the side body and lifting up more than you are leaning back here. So take one more inhale, fill up and feel that expansion. Exhale, come back to warrior two. We're going to straighten out the front leg and reach all the way forward. When you can't reach anymore, right hand comes to the right shin, or maybe the ground, or even a block. Left arm lifts up and the head looks up to that top hand. Pretend someone is pulling those fingertips up to the sky. This is our triangle pose. Take an inhale and exhale. Inhale, rise all the way back up to warrior two, bending into that front knee. Take an inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat, step back to high plank, and option to flow through your vinyasa. We'll meet back together in downward facing dog. Finding that sequence once more on the other side. And if you're newish to yoga and you're still getting used to all these postures, we'll just pick up the pace a little bit now that you have an idea of some of the alignment for these different postures. So once you're back in your downward facing dog, take an inhale and reach the left leg up, three-legged dog. Exhale, step the foot in between the hands, coming into your low lunge, chest is lifted. Inhale, reach the arms all the way up as you come into crescent lunge. Relax the shoulders, feeling nice and strong here. Think about engaging the core to find that balance. Inhale. Exhale, open up the hips and find your warrior two. Checking in that the front heel is in line with the back arch. The shoulders are relaxed. Good, arms are nice and strong. Take an inhale, reach forward and flip the front palm. Exhale, bring it up and back, coming into our reverse warrior, opening up that side body, really allowing the breath to fill up all of that space. Big inhale. Exhale, back to warrior two. Good, straighten out the front leg and reach all the way forward. When you can't reach anymore, we're gonna bring the left hand down to the left shin, and it can come to a block or the ground, and then the right arm is going to reach towards the sky, fingertips extending, energy up, head looks up to that top hand, triangle pose. Good, inhale, bring it all the way back up to warrior two, bending into that front knee, feeling strong. Take a big inhale. Exhale, cartwheel the hands down to the mat, step back to plank, and flow through your last vinyasa of today's practice. Meeting back in downward facing dog, and once you're here, feel free to take any final movements that are calling to you. So maybe you want to pedal out the feet a little bit more. Take one last inhale in your downward facing dog. Good, exhale to come into tabletop. And we'll spend 2 breaths here, option to find some cat-cows or any other movement that the body is still asking you for. Good, and then just make your way into a seated position with the legs long in front of you. Take an inhale and reach the arms all the way up, flex the feet. And as you exhale, keep a flat back. Maybe you're bending into the knees as you fold over the legs. This is our seated forward fold. So really just trying to keep that flat line all the way through the back. Take an inhale and walk the hands up the legs, just returning back to that seated position. Legs are still long in front of you. Take an inhale and reach for the toes. And on your exhale, slowly rolling back so you're lying down. And once you arrive on your back, just hug the knees into the chest. You can rock side to side or back and forth. Giving yourself a little back massage here. And then allow both knees to fall off towards the left side of the yoga mat. Right hand comes out to the side and the head looks to the right. Shoulders stay planted on the mat, finding a supine twist. Let's take 2 deep breaths here. Slowly return to center, hug the knees back in. Maybe taking a couple more rocks from side to side, and as you're ready, allowing both knees to fall off to the right side of the mat. Left hand reaches out to the side and the head looks to the left as the shoulders stay planted on the mat. Take an inhale. Exhale and settle in. One more deep breath just like that on your own. And return to center, hug the knees in. Good, from here, grab onto the soles of the feet, finding our happy baby so the knees are coming in towards the armpits. And smile, have fun with this. The pose is called Happy Baby. You're welcome to rock around. You can try straightening one leg and then the other. And at this point, take any final postures you feel you need to complete your practice, or just simply hug the knees into the chest one last time. And then allow yourself to release into your final resting pose of Shavasana. Just lying down, corpse pose, close the eyes, and just finding stillness for a little bit. If the mind wanders, come back to your intention, the breath, but really just allowing yourself this time to soak in all the energy we cultivated in today's yoga practice. Giving yourself the permission to just be still and relax for the hard work that you did today. showing gratitude to yourself for showing up on the yoga mat at all. As you're ready, slowly begin to bring some movement back into the body. You can wiggle the fingers and the toes, roll out the ankles and the wrists, rock the head from side to side. As you're ready, reach the arms up overhead, take a big full body stretch, arch the back, point the toes. As you're ready, just rolling on to either side, using your arm as a pillow. And I always like to say this is a really good time to say something nice to yourself. That's something we don't do enough. As you're ready, make your way into a comfortable seated position and gather the hands at heart center. Thank you so much for joining me for this Vinyasa flow class today, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank yourself for showing up on your mat as well. If you liked this practice, remember to like and subscribe for new yoga classes every week, and I'm so happy I got to flow with you today. The light within me honors the light within you. Namaste.